What are the 5 fastest Mercedes-Benz of all time? Let's talk about it. I bet a lot of you would be surprised at number 1 on this list. Number 5 on this list goes to the SL65 AMG. Before I even talk about this car was made in 2009. This thing is truly a design masterpiece. This is really one of the best looking cars in the last 15 years. Now this car comes equipped with a 6-liter V12 that produces 670 horsepower. Even crazier, this car produces 738 foot-pounds of torque, and this was in the late 2000s. These numbers were insane for luxury cars. This car did a 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and did the quarter mile faster than the Nissan GTR. The car is supposed to top out at 199 miles per hour, but after being tested, this car actually pushed 203 miles per hour. That's what makes it still as a number 5 on this list. Number 4 on this list goes to McLaren SLR 722. This was like a dream collaboration that people would swear would never happen. Like, we really got McLaren and Mercedes to do a joint venture in a car is literally insane. To this day, this is one of the fastest and most rare cars in the world. From a design aspect, this car is amazing, but what I love most is this exhaust right here. The whole goal with this joint venture was really to make a car with 2 personalities. I wanted a car that was fast as a supercar, but also was good for daily driving. Honestly, this was accomplished in the best way possible. This looks like a true GT car, but with supercar speed. This 5.4-liter V8 has a top speed of 209 miles per hour, making it number 4 on this list. Number 3 on this list goes to the CLK GTR. Now, for most people, this is considered the greatest Mercedes ever built. I'm not going to give it that name, but it's still a masterpiece in its own regard. This thing was barely road legal. This was basically a road legal Le Mans race car. You can just see in its design, it has an extremely long body, super elongated, exaggerated wing. The wheelbase is crazy. You can see the fender mounted mirrors on the side right here. But this thing's powertrain was literally amazing. This came equipped with a 6.9-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine. There were only 25 examples built, but this car had a top speed of 214 miles per hour. Number 2 on this list is the car that I'm going to say is the greatest Mercedes ever built. This is the Mercedes-Benz SLR Stirling Moss. This car is very similar to the 722 that I mentioned earlier on this list, but it was significantly lighter. If you haven't noticed, the windshield is basically non-existent in this car. But that's what makes this car special. I would 100% put this in the top 15 best design cars of all time. Due to this car being lighter, it is a little bit faster than the 722 that I previously mentioned. This is one of the rarest collaborations of all time, and this gets a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Can you imagine the wind hitting your face in this? Just look how good this car looks from every angle, like it doesn't miss. This is my favorite photo right here. But back to the list. And then number 1 on this list goes to the AMG 1. Pretty fitting, right? This car embodies true F1 characteristics and is the fastest car to ever leave Germany. This car has a microscopic 1.6-liter turbocharged V6, but that's not all, of course. It's also assisted by not 2, but 4 electric motors that produce 1,063 horsepower. To give you a realistic perspective, this car is doing 0 to 100 in less than 6 seconds. Now that production is in full swing, this is the fastest car to ever come out of Mercedes with a top speed of 220 miles per hour. So I don't know about you, but I'm excited for the future.